Hi, this is Jim Daniels, host of the Big Country Morning Show at 94.5 Country. Happy to be speaking with Mickey from Valeo today. And you've got a very special project underway there at Valeo, one of many special projects that you've always got coming up. But this one is asking for supporters of Valeo and people who are interested in Valeo in, well, showing their creative side. You've got a t-shirt design contest coming up, and it's all part of Valeo's DEI Committee. DEI, of course, standing for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So first of all, what is the goal in creating this t-shirt?
Oh, yeah. So the DEI committee here at Valeo usually does a fundraiser every year, and that just helps us to have events for staff. Sometimes those events are open to the public. That really highlights different areas, different cultures, different communities, provide some educational opportunities as well. And so as part of our fundraiser this year, we're kind of teaming up with the rest of Valeo and the Valeo Foundation. Valeo puts out a t-shirt every year in May as a fundraiser. This year we're tag teaming up with the foundation and using that as a fundraiser for DEI and our initiatives as the DEI committee. So the t-shirt design contest is going to be a way to raise funds to support those efforts.
And the DEI committee is asking the question, and it's a pretty open-ended question. I can just imagine the answers that you're going to get. But as you are looking for t-shirt designs, the question is, what does diversity look like to you?
That's right.
That's so many ways. You ask 10 people that question, you get 10 different answers.
Yeah, and we really thought that that's the beauty of that question, because DEI initiatives, diversity, equity, inclusion can look different to different people. And so we really wanted to open up a space where people could express artistically, the wide variety of inclusion and diversity. What does that actually look like? Because everybody's view is different. So we thought that was a great question for the contest. It gives a little bit of structure and guidance, but it leaves it really open-ended for the artists.
Absolutely, because depending upon your life experience, that's what you're going to be drawing from. And we all have a lot of common experiences, but we also have our individual things too that people will be looking at and saying, you know what, I want to include this part.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there is a deadline, though, because you want these t-shirts ready for May. So what is the deadline and how do people submit their design ideas?
Yeah, so if you head on over to the Valeo website, it's valeotopeka.org/DEI. Right at the top, there's going to be a little blurb about the contest, and there's going to be a link where you can download a submission packet. And that packet's going to have a lot of information about kind of the specifics for submitting a design. A few of those that are pertinent, we're looking for 18 and older, artists to be 18 or older. We're going to only accept digital art, so you're welcome to draw something by hand, but if you're doing that for the submission, you'll need to scan it in or have a way to submit it digitally. And then there's a few other things about how many colors you can use and the image size as well in that packet. And then they're going to submit it just by emailing it to me. All that information is in the packet. There's a little application form as well, just to learn a little bit more about the artist. And then the deadline for submissions is April 14th.
So that's just barely 2 weeks away from now. So you really need to start exercising those creative muscles and get to work. Now, I am not envious of the person who has to make the ultimate decision. How many people are going to be looking at all of these designs and narrowing it down to just one?
Yeah, so we have our DEI committee, as well as the DEI committee has its own mini leadership team. So we're going to start with that small leadership team first. And then if we need to do tiebreakers or anything like that, we will, of course, ask the rest of the committee at large. We are going to try to narrow it down to one. And that one final design, we may just use as is, or we also might modify it slightly just to make sure that it prints correctly, that it fits the t-shirt correctly. So it won't necessarily be the exact replica, but we're going to keep it as close to the original as possible.
Yeah, the theme and at least the idea behind it. Are there any particular things now? I know we already discussed it. It's wide open. What does diversity look like to you? But are there a couple of key things that you and your fellow people might be looking for, or are you just A clean slate right now, waiting for it all to come in.
I think we're going to lean more towards clean slate. I mean, there are some things to keep in mind. It is a t-shirt, so simpler designs tend to display better on a t-shirt in a smaller space. So we will, of course, be taking some of those basic aesthetic things into consideration. Is it clear? Does it have a clear message? Those types of things. But in terms of like, are we looking for a specific image or message? Absolutely not. Blank slate. We're really excited to see what people turn in. We just looking at again, those basic things. Does it look neat and clean? Will it print well? That's the only things we're really looking at.
And so the place to get started is at valeo.org. And then you said /DEI.
Yep. Very easy. ValeoTopeka.org/DEI. And it's right there at the top.
Very good. Well, is there anything that we missed here, Mickey, or essentially we got the message out there? Let's go and get creative. You've got 2 weeks to get that into Mickey there at Valeo.
Yeah. And if there's any questions about any of the stuff we talked about today or about the submission process, again, my contact info is in that packet. So anyone can feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call, and we can discuss any questions. But we're just really excited. And this is the first time we've opened up for a community contest like this for DEI. So we're just really excited to be reaching out to the community and can't wait to see what we get as submissions.
And when you do get those shirts printed up, where will they be available?
Great question. So we will have them available to our staff first, and that'll be in May. So those t-shirts will be available to the community sometime in June, definitely by summer. It kind of depends on production and all of that, but we're shooting for late May, early June.
Awesome. Well, if you want to be a part of this competition, visit valeotopeka.com/DEI. Get that submission in by April 14th. And who knows, you might be hearing from Mickey and some of her partners in this project and getting a big old congratulations and thank you for your submission. That would be really cool to have your artwork displayed in such a manner that you could see it all around town.
Yeah. Yep. And valeotopeka.org.
ValeoTopeka.org. Thank you so much for your time, Mickey, and good luck with the program. And thank you for all the services that Valeo provides for us here in Northeast Kansas.
Thank you for the opportunity to chat with you. I'm so appreciative. Have a good day.
You too.